What's up guys, Miss here back with another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes commentary video, and as promised, I said I would go through Galactic War on my main account, so here it is. It's a little bit more interesting, a little bit more retreating, because my Galactic War is a little bit more difficult on this account, which isn't that big of a deal, because obviously I've got plenty of characters on my roster that are capable of filling in if I need somebody. So, same deal with my other account. I usually throw in all of my high DPS characters for as many nodes as possible. As I mentioned in my other video, I also don't have a good DPS synergy lead like I have with HK47, 88, and 86 on my other account. So what I usually do on this account is throw in Luminara. She's still a high damage character, in my opinion, has very good leader abilities. She gives the entire group evasion, along with health up at the beginning of every turn. This usually means that I can keep this same group together for usually 6, 7, or sometimes even 8 nodes before I have to change things up. In this Galactic War, I didn't have to considerably change my lineup until the 9th node. Now on the 8th node, I did swap out Qui-Gon Jinn for Asajj Ventress because I had Darth Maul on the opponent's team and I didn't want my Qui-Gon getting one-shotted, so I swapped out Asajj for that. But I didn't have any character die until the 9th battle in my Galactic War, which is saying something. I was actually pretty surprised. So here's the battle that I swapped out Asajj Ventress for Qui-Gon Jinn. No problems there. One thing I do want to point out is that this group that I'm fighting, this team that I'm fighting, is only in the high 60s. My player level is 79. This means that I've successfully kept my Galactic War to the point where I don't run into 70s until pretty deep into my Galactic War, which is awesome. That's the way I want it. I want to be able to clear my Galactic War in under 30 minutes every day. Sometimes that doesn't happen. Sometimes I end up spending 45 minutes on one battle and I just can't get it done, and it sucks and it's infuriating because I'm super neurotic about having to get as far as I can into Galactic War before I lose any characters. If I lose a character on the 10th or 11th node, sometimes I'll let that slide, but if I haven't made it to at least the 10th or 11th node, I'll just keep on trying until I get it right. Now you notice that this team gave me a little bit of trouble. That HK47 lead with 88 and 86 was giving me a lot of trouble. They kept nuking either Qui-Gon Jinn or Luminara, and so what I ended up doing to finally beat this level was throw in Barriss Offee with Old Daka and Royal Guard to form kind of a slow and steady stun team, and it ended up working beautifully for me. Speaking of Old Daka, she's one of those characters who is, in my opinion, critical to own in the game because she is the best dark side healer. You really only have two options, Talia or Old Daka, so she's pretty critical when it comes to completing your dark side battles. She also helps out considerably if you need somebody for Galactic War who can give your team just a little bit of extra survivability. She does have a good revive ability, and she has a nice little passive that gives a character, I believe it's a 10% chance to self-revive when they die. So she's kind of handy in that regard, but me personally, I only use her when I need to throw somebody in to get an additional stunning character on the team. Otherwise, personally, she doesn't hit hard enough to justify keeping her in battle after battle. Plus, her heal is not that great if you don't have anybody who's already dead and needs a revive. So this was my 11th battle, ended without losing any characters. On my last node, I like to take Barriss Offee out and throw in another leader, usually Dooku, to get the evasion bonus from his leader ability and the occasional offense up. Otherwise, I leave the rest of my squad exactly the same as it is. And the nice thing about having a relatively easy last node is you can usually just hit the auto battle button and watch it go. That was my Galactic War. I got my second Greedo shard ever from that Galactic War, so that was cool. Otherwise, pretty uneventful. Right now, I'm picking up Cad Bane, Biggs Darklighter, and the Tusken Raider out of the Galactic War store. I don't really have any other characters that I'm real interested in collecting out of there right now, so I'm kind of just picking up their shards to maybe promote them eventually somewhere down the road. So as I mentioned earlier, one of the reasons I keep my Galactic War easy is to get it done very quickly. The way I accomplish that is keeping my squad arena power level down. Even though I'm level 79, my highest level character on my squad arena is 76. Han Solo is 74, and until I drop out of the top 200 on my server, I'm not worried about increasing the power or strength of my squad arena team because it keeps me getting 600 arena points per day, which is what my target is, same as on my other account. One of my favorite characters right now is Rey. She is extremely high damage. She makes a huge difference in Galactic War, even at 4 stars. I was putting her in my Galactic War lineup at level 70, 4 stars, when my squad arena was still in the level 72, 73 range, and she was doing work. I wouldn't have to take her out until later on in my Galactic War when her health was just too low, and she would get nuked by the opponent's team. Since guilds were released, she is so much easier to farm. Personally, I was pretty late to the Rey party. I didn't unlock Rey until around the time that guilds dropped. So in that time, I've gotten her all the way to 6 stars, and I'm working towards 7 stars. If you missed my last video, it was my Galactic War video on my alternate account. You can click the annotation on screen to be taken to that video. The next video will be my roster review video of the Resistance pilot. As always, like, favorite, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.